We are headed into the holiday season, and with that comes this feeding frenzy with everybody wanting your dollar. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and every other invention they can come up with. Let's talk just for a few minutes about what we can do to put some joy back into Christmas, to use wisdom with whatever purchasing power we have. Hey, Provident Preppers, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Kylene. The holiday season with Thanksgiving and Christmas can be this beautiful, magical time, but sometimes that magic gets hijacked by the marketing frenzy that occurs. We have lived a long time and have learned a few things and become a little bit wiser. So today we want to share with you some tips that will help you have a remorse-free holiday season.
Tip number one. Let's use wisdom. We don't have to spend huge amounts of money, so let's not go into debt and let's simplify. Sometimes simple is just so much better.
Never, ever go into debt. Did we say that?
I think we did.
But never go into debt.
Yeah.
Number two, make sure that your gifts are meaningful. One of the things that we do every year is we produce a family calendar. We have a lot of children and we give those calendars to every household so that they can keep track of birthdays and anniversaries and holidays. And that way they've got pictures of everything that happened in the family for the last year. And it's just a fun way to stay connected and to build those relationships.
Tip number three. Don't push financial or time expectations on others. We've really felt that the last few years, and we have backed away from that. There's no need for us to all feel stressed and to be strapped doing all of this. So let's focus on things that are more thoughtful, needs versus wants. One thing that was really exciting to me this year is my mom sent us a text and said, this year I'm going to do Light the World, the giving machines for all of you, and I would suggest if you want to do something for me that you do that as well. So we're reaching out, we're blessing other people's lives.
Okay, so I gotta say something about the giving machine. So one of the reasons why the giving machine is so amazing is because you can go there and you make your donation and you can buy a goat for a family in need, or you can buy a soccer ball or a pair of shoes or
a couple of chickens. Yeah, that's awesome.
Or you could donate a lot of times just to your favorite charity through the giving machine. But you can do something that is kind of concrete, like the goat. How exciting would it be to know that you gave a goat to a family who that makes all the difference in the world for them being able to feed their family and to have a little bit of money to provide for some of their other needs. So the giving machine, click that link if you haven't seen it before and you don't know what it is, because it's amazing. It's fun to go to the machine itself if there's one near you, but if there's not, you can always donate online.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's totally awesome. Another thing that we love to do is we like to care for those in need. And we have a daughter that's now living in heaven. And so every year we give a gift in her name to somebody in need, somebody around us that's just going through a rough time, and that just blesses lives, and it makes us feel good that we can be a part of something good. Also, my sister and her husband, they go down to Mexico every Thanksgiving, and they help with Builders Without Borders, and they're building homes for people in need and doing all kinds of neat things. My sister does sewing lessons for the ladies there, and just all kinds of cool things that are happening, and we like to give to things like that. So find something good that you can do to bless lives.
One of the things that we did to help them this year, when we asked them what we could do, they said we need prizes for the carnival games at the orphanage. So they go and they put on this carnival for the orphans every year. And so we got the grandkids together. We had different donations from different people, but the grandkids were able to put these packages of prizes together. And it was such a great experience for them because there were squishmallows in there, these little squishmallows, which, the grandkids love, but they couldn't take any of them home because it was for the children who didn't have moms and dads. And they have a mom and dad. And so it was just a great experience. So sometimes with this Christmas, focusing on things like that can make Christmas so much more meaningful for all of us. Number 4, we always give neighbor gifts. We decided to do something that was a little bit different this year. I guess every year we give little prepper gifts that don't really look like prepper gifts, like, hand soap or things like this. And this year we decided to do a little candle with a box of matches that has a little message on it about, lighting the world. Each one of them is less than $1. We have to stay within our budget. But those gifts are meant to say, hey, you're special to us. We appreciate you. We love you. And so that's what we're doing this year for that.
Number 5, take advantage of thrift stores. We did a video recently on that exclusively, but sometimes we can find some really good things that are in good condition and make sure that we donate to these thrift stores, help them out.
Okay, I have a friend who's always looking for My Little Ponies for my grandkids every time she goes to the thrift store.
I think we've got like 80 of them now.
We do not. But my bathtub actually right now is full of them because one of the grandkids came over and took a bath, and that is their favorite thing. Kids don't care if it's new or old. The pasta machine that I recently bought in that video we talked about, I don't care that it was older. In fact, it's better because it's older because it's such good quality. So don't underestimate the value of thrift store shopping to save money and help you stay within your budget. Number 6, we want to be thoughtful about those that we are supporting with our purchasing power. The dollars that we are spending make a difference in people's lives. So we have a few examples. Our granddaughter, she knits Christmas stockings and sells them. That's a good place to support, right? My daughter-in-law, she has a business called Hooked by Aubrey, and she crochets all kinds of different hats and things on eBay and sells them. I have a daughter-in-law who is just finishing up massage therapy school, so for her, it would be great to give gift certificates for people to be able to go and have a massage by her, building her little business, right? Helping to support that. We recently needed some videos digitized for part of a Christmas gift that we're giving. And instead of using a big name person and sending them away, we chose to use somebody local in our neighborhood that reached out on Facebook and said, hey guys, I'm doing this if anybody wants it done. That way we're helping to support these families, right? With that little bit of extra income that they need. There's also Blue Alpine freeze dryers. Those guys are amazing. They're 3 brothers that started up this freeze drying business with the intent of making the best freeze dryer ever made. So when you're looking at supporting those startup companies and those little guys, it might be a great place for your purchasing power to go.
And sometimes it's just so much easier to go onto Amazon and click a button, but sometimes it's a lot more productive if we find the way to support smaller businesses, people who are really trying and taking care of their families. Number 7, and this is one of my very favorite ones. It's called sneak prepping, and it's based on what Kylene used to do with our kids. And she'd make them all these really cool desserts and meals and things, but she snuck in all kinds of greens and all kinds of things that I don't think they ever knew they were there, but added nutrition. And so what we're doing is sneaking these little prepping things in so that our families can be more self-reliant, but they don't realize that's what you're doing, and that's the cool part about this. So one of my favorites is the hybrid lights. The hybrid light has some just awesome rechargeable lights. Now, when you give these away, people go, yeah, this is cool. They don't think that it's a prepping thing, but it really is. Hybrid light has some awesome things like the Mammoth, which has a flexible head, it has a magnet on it. It's got all these cool features, including the ability to charge your phone. And I love their headlamps.
One of the other things that we did this year is we had the ability to get one of the Nutri-Mill Impact grain grinders. And my daughter-in-law, we did a video on this, but my daughter-in-law, Sammy, has celiac. And so it's very expensive for them to be able to buy the flours that she needs. But if they can buy the whole grain, like the brown rice, and then grind it, they're gonna save a lot of money. This impact meal will make a huge difference for them every day, as well as help them be better prepared for emergencies. Another great idea to give at Christmas would be food storage. One of the things that we love are the freeze-dried strawberries that recently came out at the Home Storage Center of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You can buy them cheaper than you can anywhere else. I think they're like less than $14 for a number 10 can of strawberries, and you can buy them by going into a home storage center, or you can have them shipped online, but then you do have to buy a case of 6 of them. But those are a wonderful thing. And the home storage centers have all kinds of other basic food storage. They come in number 10 cans, and they're the best price anywhere. And in that number 10 can, a lot of them, you've got a 25 or 30 year shelf life. So what a great food security.
Another thing that I really love is a nice tent. Now, in some of our videos, if you've seen our videos on winter, one of the greatest ideas in those is setting up a tent because it creates a microenvironment. So you can provide that tent for them that they can take camping and wherever, but then they've got it and they can set that up. If there's ever an issue with the house being too cold because you don't have heating, it's a great way to go.
Another thing that's really important are first aid supplies. That would be a great thing to add the first aid supplies to and give those out for Christmas or stocking stuffers or whatever. A fire blanket. My mother-in-law for the grandkids this year, everybody's gonna know what they're gonna get. I'll tell you, nobody watches us anyway. She's giving them a can of freeze-dried strawberries and a fire blanket. These are all adult grandchildren, right? And so they have both that wonderful snack and then having a fire blanket that you can hang and have ready. If there's ever a kitchen fire or anything and just smother that fire, that's fantastic. A fire extinguisher.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, add a fire extinguisher to that. Little way to help them be safe.
One of the things that I have on my bedroom door is something called a doorcade. And by putting that on my bedroom door, it makes it so nobody could kick in my door. So for me, that's my safe room. Somebody enters my home and I need to be someplace safe. Well, I have a little bit of extra time to prepare to defend myself or to call the police for help. The doorcade is a fantastic thing. You could use it like on an entry door, but we've chosen to use it on my bedroom door. And it now comes in black also. But what a great gift for $100 if you know somebody who lives in a situation where they might be a little bit more at risk. It's very easy to install and could really help keep them safe.
Another great tool is the Vesta, which is a combination heater and cooker. And we absolutely love this. It's safe to use indoor. The fuel is safe to store inside. Just a really, really great thing. This is what we did for our kids last year, I think.
Last year. Oh, you know what else? Those carbon monoxide detectors.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're only like $20-25 for a portable digital readout carbon monoxide detector. Everyone should have one of those. In fact, we had a neighbor who we adore who had a carbon monoxide alert a couple times and had the fire department come out. And so we gifted them one of the digital readout ones because if anything starts to happen, you can see on that readout that you're starting, before it reaches that threshold where it will alarm, you can see that you're starting to have a problem and take care of it right away. So that's a really good Christmas gift.
And things like water filters, especially if they're backpackers. A good water filter not only provides for their fun in the mountains, but it takes care of them if there's ever a need to filter water.
And then Jonathan's favorite, our portable power stations. We'll leave a link to a video that'll kind of help you understand where to size it. These are expensive, and there's a lot of junk out there now. You've got to make sure that you carefully choose, go for the good brands, the ones that have been proven and reviewed. Don't take time with any of the really cheap stuff because you will regret it later. But that power station needs to be sized appropriately for whatever your need is. You know, if you've got medical equipment you need to run, or if you're just wanting to make sure that you can run your washing machine, like me, make sure that it can do whatever it is that you want it to do. Now we are going to leave affiliate links for most of the stuff that we discussed down below. Do not buy it if you don't need it. We're just trying to recommend to you stuff. But if you do use those affiliate links, it supports our channel. So we appreciate that, but only buy things that you need and things that are within your budget. The Christmas season is such a time of wonder and magic, and we need keep that joy in it.
We love celebrating the birth of Christ and everything that means to us.
It's a wonderful time to be generous and to give gifts, because that is a beautiful part of remembering Christ.
And it's a wonderful time and an important time to remember those in need. We always talk about community. Get to know your neighbors so that you know those who are in need. Get to know them and love them and work together. It pays dividends in the long run.
And most of all, be wise. Don't allow marketing ploys or the expectations of others to steal your peace and joy.
Now for the question of the day. What is the most meaningful act or gift you have ever received or perhaps given? Share with us. And thanks for being part of the solution.
And have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas.